The most powerful open-weight model in the world just landed on Hugging Face, and as of today, you can point your highest volume work straight at it from United States servers with zero data retention. Your cheap lane just went frontier. This is Mainframe, your daily guide through the AI chaos. What actually happened, who is winning, and how to take yourself to the next level. It is Tuesday, July 28th, 2026. I am Nova.
And I am Dex. Let's get to the board.
On today's Mainframe, Kimi K3 weights are live and routable, and there is one line in the license you have to read before you build anything load-bearing on it. Anthropic's Managed Projects got caught in testing, a Claude that runs your project autonomously in its own cloud. A native speech-to-speech model just beat GPT Realtime, and the voice stack flipped underneath you. And the bug that scares me most this week, the agent that finishes clean and quietly skipped half your instructions. Let's get into it. Quick note, once per show. The voices you are hearing are AI. The reporting and the opinions are human-made. Now, the board, and I am keeping it to one number. Artificial analysis puts Kimi K3 at 57 on the intelligence index. The best closed models, Opus 5 at 61, Fable 5 at 60, sit just 4 points ahead, the smallest gap since GLM5 back in February. Read through for your bill. The open lane you route grunt work to is now basically frontier. And Swakes made the point that lands it. Stop measuring dollars per token, start measuring dollars per task, because a model that is cheaper per token but does twice the work is not cheaper. Hold that thought. It runs through the whole show.
Before the wire, a word from the people who pay for it.
Brought to you by Outpace. Here is the thing about today's story. A frontier-grade model is now a config line anyone can flip. The edge was never access to the model. It is knowing which one to aim at which job and actually shipping. That is Outpace. One senior operator, 30 years building real businesses, real estate, hospitality, food, even a theater, now directs a whole team of AI agents at one client's project at a time, strategy to ship. Not a freelancer, not a faceless agency. A system. The agents do the work, the operator steers the fleet, and you own the code and the keys at the end. If you have got an idea and no fleet to build it, book a 30-minute call at outpace.media. That is outpace.media.
The wire led first Kimi K3, the actual weights.
Right. We have tracked Kimi K3 for a week. The IPO, the subscription freeze, the sanctions fight. What is new today is the part builders were waiting for. The weights are out. Moonshot published them to Hugging Face on Saturday, 2.8 trillion parameters, and Simon Willison has a hands-on write-up up already. Artificial analysis scores it 57, the leading open-weight model 4 points off the closed frontier. And here is the move that makes it real, not just a download. Guillermo Rauch confirmed Kimi K3 is live on Vercel's AI gateway from United States-based inference providers with a zero data retention agreement you can switch on for all your token traffic. So you get the most powerful open model on domestic inference without shipping your prompts to Beijing.
And the license line you keep flagging.
This is the builder stake. Surface it up front. Nathan Lambert read the license. It is inspired by MIT, but distinctly non-commercial. It is free and permissive right up until your company clears $20 million a year in revenue. Past that, you owe Moonshot a separate commercial deal. And if you cross 100 million monthly users, you have to display the Kimi K3 name in your interface. Artificial analysis literally labeled it commercial use restricted. So for the solo builder and the small team, this is a gift, route away. For anyone approaching real scale, read it before it is load-bearing.
Second, Anthropic Managed Projects, reported, not shipped.
Caught in testing, flagged by testing catalog, and carried by crypto briefing. So, market reported. A managed project is a home for one stream of work where Claude runs autonomously in its own dedicated cloud environment. Sessions share memory and instructions, context carries forward, and Claude can execute periodic tasks on its own and refine the project context in the background, something they are internally calling dreams. If that ships, it is the always-on container agent we have been watching for since Conway went dark. Nothing to do today except this. If you live in Claude projects, do not build a fragile workaround this week. The native version is close.
Third quick one, the voice stack moved.
Artificial analysis put Qwen Audio 3.0 Realtime at number 1 on their speech-to-speech index, 84.1%, ahead of GPT Realtime 2.1 at 79.1. The point for you is not the leaderboard, it is the architecture. Native speech-to-speech, audio in and audio out of one model now beats the old chain of speech-to-text, then a language model, then text-to-speech on both quality and latency. If you ship anything with a voice feature, that 3-box pipeline you wired last year is now the slow, worse option.
Tool Lab, 2 picks.
Pick one, tag it trending, is the exact wiring for the lead. Kimi K3 on Vercel's AI Gateway. Why you want it? The number 1 open model on United States inference with 0 data retention you can toggle. First step, in the gateway, set your high-volume route to the Kimi K3 model string. Enable the ZDR flag on that traffic and run one real job through it. Concrete example, take your bulk classification or summarization workload, the stuff you never wanted on a frontier bill, and point it there. Credit Guillermo Rausch, who stood it up.
And the technique pick.
This one is the most important thing I will say today. Tag it technique. The bug class chimonismus called out this week, the agent errors that never throw an error. Your monitoring shows latency and a green trace, and the agent still dropped a tool call or skipped half its instructions and handed back something that reads perfectly clean. He flagged a niche tool, lemma, from the handle use a lemma, that goes straight at it. It audits each run against what the agent was actually told to do. You do not need their tool to steal the method. The recipe. After an agent run, feed a cheap model 2 things, the original instructions and the full transcript, and ask one question. List every instruction that was not followed and every tool call that was dropped. Wire it as a post-run step. That is your smoke detector for silent failures, and almost nobody has one.
Use cases, things to run this week with what is already out.
1. The time-sensitive move. Route your cheapest high-volume lane to Kimi K3 through the gateway today with 0 data retention on and log dollars per task against your Claude baseline, not dollars per token. If you are under that 20 million revenue line, this is close to free capability. 2. Credit chimonismus. Someone left Opus 5 running for 24 hours straight, and it built an entire game from scratch, no external assets, and they published the prompts, the workflow, and the code. Do not gawk at it, copy it. Take that published harness, point a long, overnight, autonomous run at one real thing on your own backlog, and check it in the morning with the adherence audit from Tool Lab. 3. If you ship a voice feature, rip out your speech-to-text plus model plus text-to-speech chain and A/B it against a single native speech-to-speech model. Measure the latency drop. Source, artificial analysis.
Second sponsor, then the dive.
Brought to you by SearchVis, an Outpace media product. Today, a buyer does not Google your category. They ask Claude, or ChatGPT, or Perplexity, what is the best tool for this? And the model names 3 companies. If it does not name you, you do not exist to that buyer, and you never even see it happen. Mainframe tells you what shipped. SearchVis makes sure the models know what you shipped. It tracks whether the answer engines cite your brand across every engine, tells you why, and hands you the exact page to publish to win the mention. Check where you stand and start free at searchvis.outpace.media. That is searchvis.outpace.media. be the answer. The deep dive, and it is one idea. Look at today's shape. A near-frontier model you can run cheaply and autonomously. A Claude that dreams in the background, a 24-hour unattended build. We are all about to run a lot more work with nobody watching. And here is the trap. Your dashboards were built for the old failure, the crash, the red trace, the thing that stops. That is not the failure that is coming for you. The autonomous agent fails by finishing. It returns a clean, confident, well-formatted answer that quietly skipped the third of your instructions it found inconvenient, and every meter stays green. Uptime was the old metric. Adherence is the new one, and the two are not the same. As you push more onto autonomous runs to capture the cheap intelligence, the scarce, valuable skill stops being, "Can I get the model to work?" and becomes, "Can I prove it did what I said?" So here is what I would actually do about it. This week, add exactly one adherence check to one workflow, a cheap second model that reads your instructions and the transcript and tells you what got dropped. Before you trust an agent overnight, teach yourself to distrust the green light.
And the level up.
Level up this week. Route one bulk job to Kimi K3 on the Versal Gateway with 0 data retention. Then wrap it in the adherence audit, a cheap model checking the transcript against your instructions. 10 minutes, and you get cheaper frontier work you can actually trust. And subscribe to the free Mainframe newsletter. Every story, number, and link from today in your inbox each morning. That is the show. Go be the answer.